Oshi No Ko recently ended on November 14th of 2024, and I have mixed feelings about it. I think at its core, Oshi No Ko was a really good story. Personally, I was genuinely interested with the entertainment industry plot as one of the revenge plot ever since I saw the first episode of the anime more than a year ago. And after a few episodes aired, I got spoiled about season 2 stuff and I decided to catch up with the manga. I really liked it, so much that I read the entire thing not even a week later after catching up to it. From then on, I followed the story weekly. But damn, that last chapter was ass. Ass! Holy fucking shit! Oshi No Ko isn't a perfect story, but it could have ended up standing as a pretty good manga overall, with recent stories like Jujutsu Kaisen and My Hero Academia having very underwhelming endings. Oshi No Ko might have had a chance to just stand out as one of the only manga that had a solid ending this year, but instead it joins them with a rushed, almost incomplete, and unsatisfying ending. It seems to be a recurring thing now with recent manga, but I'm not gonna get into that topic. Well then, why was Oshi No Ko's ending bad? To be fair, it's the last chapter that breaks the entire ending to the ground. Final act, Towards the Stars and Dreams, has a very strong beginning to it, revealing that Hikaru was the one behind the interviews from the very beginning of the story, or at least Aqua was interviewed due to inconsistencies of said interviews. It looked like the revenge was truly about to take place. Yet you can imagine my fucking disappointment on how they evangelized Hikaru, a fucking murderer. Not only that, but Akasaka, the author scriptwriter of Oshi No Ko, wanted to portray Nino as the final villain. I got so pissed seeing how this random ass character was apparently the final villain. But luckily, it didn't go that way, and Hikaru was truly a monster with no redeeming qualities. Don't get me wrong, I feel a bit of sympathy for him. He was corrupted by the entertainment industry with things that happened to him at a very young age. But his actions are still for one of a murderer. And, straight up wanting to kill Ruby was not something you can just ignore. His own daughter, let alone the fucking killing part. So yeah, Hikaru needed to face some consequences, and Aqua fucking delivers by stabbing himself to frame Hikaru and drowning both of them. Not the revenge that I was expecting. Ignoring the flaws of Aqua's plan for now, Hikaru dies. Ignoring the Goro shadow as well, which I can only assume it's just Goro dying here with Hikaru fulfilling his goal. We get a conclusion to Aqua by Crow Girl and finally see Aqua die on the ocean. We learn that he really didn't want to die, but he felt like this was the optimal solution, and instead of doing it for revenge, he did it to protect Ruby. We get the aftermath, the consequences of Aqua's suicide, and everybody mourns for him. Kana slaps his corpse, never being able to tell him that she loved him, Miyako never hearing him call him mom, Taiki losing his brother, you get the idea. Ruby not only losing her brother, but her idol for the second time mourns and cries for him. It's a pretty selfish decision, isn't it? And it seems that it will go and show the way they deal with this huge hit for them. But look, one chapter left. A single chapter isn't going to wrap up everything. The only character that had a conclusion to the very end was Aqua. Everybody else didn't have a satisfying conclusion. Akane, she became the narrator of what happened for the next 2 chapters. Ruby, the other protagonist of the story, yeah, I 2.0, but not so. I 2.0. Kana, the love interest of the protagonist, took another fat L. Miyako, Mancho, Taiki, every other character that had relevance to the plot. Nah bro, who the fuck are they? Half-ass spending and we wrap it up. God damn it. However, what pisses me off the most is the goddamn time skip to, the fucking dome. The one thing that was Ruby's ultimate goal after I fucking died. Just 6 pages, no inner monologue of Ruby achieving her dream, nothing. Fucking shit, man. And before you say, but the dome wasn't even important, it was set up from the goddamn since, even before the goddamn revenge plot. How was it not important? It was literally the end goal. And look, apart from that, I really don't mind that no one really won ship wars between Akane and Ruby. It really wasn't the main interest of the story, but it would have been nice if you could have had a proper conclusion to it? No, not even fucking that. Okay, you know, maybe an author shouldn't make a love triangle just to leave it half-assed at the very end. And don't hit me with a realistic ending, because that's such a mediocre way of justifying such an ending. Realistic? Okay, he would have just moved out of the fucking way. He had like what, 10 solid seconds to throw Aqua's master plan to the fucking shithole, move to the fucking side, and GG, Aqua never knew ya. He just stabbed himself and fell to the ocean. What a goddamn idiot, guys. Everybody just laugh at him until he fucking dies. And I don't know, Aqua, didn't you consider like Nino and Ryosuke weren't the only people that he could have manipulated? You know, more people could have also been manipulated to kill Ruby just in case Nino failed to do so. Oh, Nino spilled all the beans. How fucking convenient. It goes on, and the more I think about it, the more I get pissed of how the story ended. It would have been nice to expand more on the loss of the main character that we followed since chapter 1, but no, it just happens, an obligatory funeral chapter, and GG. At the very end of the day, you're telling a story. Realistic or not, you should give at least a bit of a conclusion to your characters. You know, the ones that shape and make your story. Having a realistic ending, as some would say, doesn't mean that you can just justify this fucking decision of just rushing everything and rushing pretty much the entire rest of the character's mourning process and just leave it at that. But at least it closed plots, you know? And if it wouldn't have been too rushed, it would have been a good ending. Not every story has to have a happily ever after. Some can end in bitterness or tragicness. I like that Aqua dies in the end. Not him reviving out of nowhere, or him recovering without his memories, or Kana saving him on her $100,000 submarine. It stays like that. And it would have been nice to just expand on the aftermath of his decision. It would have ended nicely, but I guess in another lifetime. At the very end, Oshi No Ko is a story that I really enjoyed, and I would have just hoped that Akasaka could have just added 2 more chapters to the ending. It really sucks that its ending is really underwhelming, but at least from the other 2 big mangas that ended this year as well, I consider them to have the least bad ending due to it at least closing its plots and not leaving too much of an unsatisfying ending. It just feels rushed at the very end of the day. Anyways, thanks OshiNoKo, you were truly our star. God damn it, Akasaka. Oh my goodness, Akasaka. What the fuck? What the fuck? Actually, what the fuck, man?